first big ministries that Asael started when he moved back to Verde after he graduated at university. And what he just described is about a 4-year window where, actually probably 5. He started the football team, and then the government banned it, and then he was the responsible. So the first time he told us this story, it was really long, but also he said, my team got so big, we had to divide it into 2 teams because there were 100 players. And I think you need more than 2 teams for 100 players. And then it eventually grew to where he was the president of the league, and there were 12 teams under him, and he organized everything. And it was just actually right when I was there last year at the end of the season that the government officially said, okay, we see that it's working well. This can now happen even if Asael is not there, which is great because we're trying to go to Kenya. So now things have been lifted. He's still the president of the league, and he's still helping them do everything, but now it's officially happening by the government, which means hopefully he won't pay for everything out of his own pocket, but that remains to be seen. So I really appreciated observing Asael's long-term commitment in this, and that he had done it for years, and his commitment in sharing the gospel. And I'll also say his willingness as a Chadian to lean into the Chadian way of doing things that's sometimes hard for missionaries. So for example, when they finish the season, they have a big meeting that absolutely everyone is welcome to come to, like all of the players. And every single player, if they want to, can stand up and share what went well and what went wrong at the meeting. And it's a meeting that can last like 3 days. And missionaries don't often want to do things like that. But he does that, and at the same time, he invites local pastors to come in and to preach during the meeting. And then it's like this huge evangelistic thing where they talk about, hey, guess what? Like, doing witchcraft and going out and drinking didn't help us win the game of soccer. It's not helping us win at life either. And following the rules, seeking Christ, working hard, these things bring about better results. And he said lots of people get saved and start coming to church after those few days. So I was super encouraged just by hearing those things from him. And that's just one part of his ministry. Now we're going to see the music ministry. If you have any questions, please write them down and I'll take them at the end. So the music ministry is something that he started with Marie Claire when they were in university, and this is their most defining ministry. And we're going to ask him now what are some of the positive effects that he's already seen from the music ministry. And this is what the verses that are written down refer to. So the first verse of worshiping God in spirit and in truth is like a theme verse for them. That's what they want. That's their goal, is for people to be genuinely worshiping. And then he's going to reference this story. Second Chronicles. Also the Levites, which were with the singers, all of them of Asaph, of Heman, of Jeduthun, with their sons and their brethren, being arrayed in white linen, having cymbals and psalteries and harps, stood at the east end of the altar, and with them 120 priests, sounding with trumpets. It came even to pass, as the trumpeters and the singers were as one, to make one sound to be heard in praising and thanking the Lord. And when they lifted up their voice, and the trumpets and cymbals and instruments of music, and praised the Lord, saying, For he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Then the house was filled with a cloud, even the house of the Lord. So much so that the priests could not stand to minister by reason of the cloud. For the glory of the Lord